Welcome, welcome, beautiful Scorpios, to Shadow Me Tarot. We are doing your New Year's Eve resolution spread. I am using the new Inner Compass deck by Teal Swan. I think that's her name. Yep, Teal Swan. And I've actually already shuffled these cards, so I'm just shuffling them again. There's 200 cards in this deck. It's impossible to shuffle, so I am just taking them out in sections as I'm called to them. We are going to see what it is that Scorpio would like to leave, what does Scorpio want to take forward from 2021? So what is it that Scorpio would like to take forward from 2021? Thank you, beautiful spirit, for all of your guidance, love, and light. Nice. Rationality. And what would Scorpio like to leave behind in 2021? Jeez Louise, they're just popping right out. Talent and sexuality. I don't know how I feel about that. And what should be your New Year's resolution? Oh, I already flipped that over. Gosh, I got all three cards, all three positions from the same deck. Okay. Nice. All right, so let's take a look at this rationality first and see what Scorpio needs to move forward in the new year. So rationality, using your brain. Scorpios are the I desire sign, right? I desire everything. So I think that a lot of that is based on like your own intuition and how you feel inside. And now what we're taking forward from 2021 is the power of rationality, to be guided by reason, logic, common sense, and good and measured judgment in your life, so as to remain cogent, down to earth, practical, and pragmatic. I almost feel like this is the argument in your head, overcoming your ego, challenging your ego, challenging the things, the thoughts, and emotions that don't serve you, right? That make you feel bad about yourself. And then so that you can actually make judgments that are based on, facts and truth instead of emotions and reactions, right? So let's get some clarity on this rationality for Scorpio. What is Scorpio taking forward into the new year in regards to rationality? What does Scorpio want to take forward from 2021? Oh, I thought that was coming out. All right, thank you, beautiful spirit, for all of your guidance, love, and light. What does Scorpio want to take forward from 2021? What does Scorpio want to take forward from 2021? All right. Detachment. I kind of went this way, so I'm gonna almost be like, this is kind of like crossing. You have a tendency to be attached, and then you're learning to kind of let go of those attachments, and walking away from the things that don't serve you. Let's see. Emotional attachments. I'm feeling emotional attachments. You're walking away from emotional attachments. And you're using good judgment. You're using your reason, your logic. Sometimes we're emotionally attached to our own thoughts. And kind of like letting go those old core values and beliefs about ourselves. So being able to challenge those thoughts and your own core values, I think, is what you're bringing forward into from 2021 into 2022. And you are also not fighting it. You're not fighting it. You're going with it. You're going with that flow. Let's see what else. Anything more from 2021? And then this is another 5. This is 5 of Pentacles. So you're working with a team. You don't need to do everything alone. And so you're kind of like, you're no longer attached to having to do everything alone. You don't have to fight going with the flow, and you can accept help from other people. You're using your judgment. You're opening things yourself up, emotionally, spiritually, financially. You are oh, all right. One more card. It's saying one more card. So I just feel like you're coming into, you're moving out of frustration. You're no longer being frustrated because you're no longer attached. You're not passing judgment on what's good or bad anymore. You're just kind of taking things for what is. You're using your reason and your logic. You're not reacting. And you've got better control of your emotions. You're just not fighting things. You're just accepting them as they are. And you're accepting help where you need it. Okay. So I feel like that's enough. I just needed to shuffle while I said that. Okay. Get my brain out of the way. All right. So then talent and sexuality is the next thing, which is what you want to leave behind in 2021. So you have a natural aptitude and inner quality that emerges effortlessly, unlearned skill or excellence as such, to have the capacity or potential for achievement or success. Sexuality, to have an active, fulfilling, pleasurable sex life, to be fulfilled in a way that I experience and express, or in a way that you experience and express your sexuality with regards to your biology, physicality, social relationships, spirituality, feelings, and behaviors. So I feel like what you are leaving behind is not having to work. Like, I feel like in 2021, you didn't have to work hard for what you got, right? You relied on your talent rather than honing your new skills or learning skills. So I feel like in 2021, you're putting the lack of effort behind you, right? You were more engaged, I think, in 2022 in learning new things and pursuing excellence and achievement, but in a way that is growing your skill set. I feel like in 2021, you maybe had an emphasis on pursuing a sex life or a relationship, a romantic relationship of some sort, and that kind of took maybe your focus away from these skills that you're supposed to be kind of, or that you should be kind of developing, or that you will be developing in 2022. So beautiful spirit, can we get some clarity on this talent that we're leaving behind in 2021? What are we leaving behind? I think it's just really relying on your natural talent and abilities. Oh wow. So if you were manifesting a person relying on your looks and your charm, in the past, if you were kind of like living your abundance and just kind of relying on that, and just kind of like living in your own sexual energy, I feel like you're ready for a new horizon. Like that was what 2021 was about, just kind of like discovering those things about yourself, just relying on what you already have in place, maybe pursuing people, because these people are not facing one another. Their masks are on. Her mask is off. So I feel like I just feel like you are shifting your focus from 2021 and leaving the focus of finding a romantic partner, relying on your natural charm and ability, and you're actually going out there and manifesting. I think for 2022 you'll be manifesting rather than a new love, kind of like new endeavors is kind of what I'm feeling there. Okay, beautiful spirit, give me some clarity on the sexuality that we're leaving behind in 2021. I hope we're not going to be celibate in 2022, but let's see what's happening here. How are we leaving behind sexuality in 2022? Or I mean 2021. Yeah, how are we leaving sexuality behind in 2021? All right, thank you, beautiful spirit, for all of your guidance, love, and light. What messages do you have? I just feel like in 2021, you were really living in your abundance. You really didn't have to manifest anything new. You were just kind of relying on, you just kind of digging the status quo and just kind of just doing your own thing, and what you love to do. You didn't transform maybe all that much. You didn't change all that much in terms of career, or I think it's the stagnation. You're leaving behind stagnation in 2021. That's really what it feels like there. And heartbreak. So definitely in disappointment. So I just feel like I think both career-wise and career-wise, romance-wise, you just it just feels like nothing changed, and you're ready for a new beginning, and just putting all of those kinds of romantic or sexual relationships in the past, and rather than just kind of relying on what you already had, your natural abilities and your talents. I see that in 2022 you're really going to kind of pursue new dreams and new goals, and if you're looking for a romantic relationship, you're going to go about it in a different way. But yeah, I just feel like you feel like nothing changed. Nothing changed in 2021 for you. That it was just disappointing. And I think you're just leaving disappointment in the past. I think you're leaving disappointment behind in 2021. I almost feel like you have disappointment with yourself. I think you're just having disappointment with yourself because there was some transformation, but maybe you just don't feel like you went far enough with it. And things that may have been in your way was your sexuality and pursuing romantic relationships, maybe. It feels like you did walk away from something emotional in 2021, and you're looking forward to just like continuing to walk away from the emotional things that don't serve you, and you're not fighting that. But I do feel like you're ready to manifest something new. And here we go. In the near, what your New Year's resolution should be is to be productive. Do stuff. Do things for yourself. Creating, forming, making, or producing things results in effective manner that are significant and numerous. So it feels like you are primed for success. It's like you took that rest in 2021 to just kind of just do your own thing. You kind of stagnated. And sometimes you just need to do that. Sometimes you just need to just kind of just like kind of take a hard look at the way that you are doing things and just kind of sit in the status quo, and just kind of be like, okay, well, these are the parts that are indulgent, and these are the parts that make me feel good, and these are the parts that don't make me feel good, and this is the part that's kind of stagnant. And so into 2022, your New Year's resolution is to be more productive and to challenge yourself. Challenge yourself and be challenged. Continuously evolve. Take on new and difficult tasks, achievements, goals, contests, or competition, which will require focus, effort, and determination. And I really feel like 2022 for everyone, it feels like it's going to be a big year of it's just going to be a big year. Like people are just going to fall in love with themselves, fall in love with the things that they do. And I don't think Scorpio is any different in that respect. You are Scorpio you desire to be more productive. You're desiring to be challenged. You're kind of tired of this status quo. You're tired of just relying on the same old. And maybe you just weren't challenged, and you're ready for that challenge now in 2022. So I think Spirit is really just trying to tell you, definitely be productive, challenge yourself. There are great things coming towards you in 2022. So let's see what will be the hardest thing about keeping your resolution, Scorpio? What is going to be the hardest thing about keeping your resolution in 2022? Oh my goodness. Communication, passion, moderation, and optimism. So to share, exchange, transmit information, news, meanings, or ideas with others, and to have them share those things with you. You love to use the mutually understood gestures, signs, sounds, symbols, and semiotic methods to do so. And I feel like in 2022, it is difficult maybe sometimes for you to share how you're truly feeling. And so the challenge for you is going to be to communicate what it is that you really want. You do have a strong passion and deep feelings about things such as subjects, ideas, people, and experiences, to be deeply guided by those strong positive and negative feelings. You want to live your life and make choices according to what you are truly passionate about. And I feel like it's easy to kind of get into a trap of, oh, I got to pay bills. I don't have time for this. But I think that you really, really need to pursue your passion. You need to ask for what you need, and you need to convey that directly. You don't need to covertly kind of manipulate a situation in order to get people to do the things that you want. I think you can directly say exactly what you need, and your needs are going to be met. You're going to follow your passion. And you're going to follow your passions. You're going to be learning so much this year, and you're going to produce as a result of it. You're going to take those passions and you're going to create and be productive and get things. You're going to boss up and do what you need to do. It is saying, moderation to avoid excesses and extremes, to find a middle ground. So you don't need to complete the year's worth of work in the first few weeks of the year. You can do it in moderation. You can take your time. And find a middle ground. And the way to kind of do that is to communicate what your needs are. Move towards your passions, talk about your passions, but don't go to extremes, like make sure that you're living a full and rounded life, that you take enough time for work, you take enough time for family, you take enough time for your hobbies and your passions and your friends and your family. And then be optimistic, have that positive outlook, hopeful confidence about the future, the success of outcomes, the disposition or tendency to look on the more favorable side of events or conditions, and to expect the most favorable outcome. The belief that good ultimately predominates over the bad in the world. So staying optimistic in where you're kind of going, what you want. Don't let those thoughts kind of creep in of, I can't do this, or I shouldn't do this, or I'm not good enough for this. You really need to fight those kinds of feelings. So these are the things that are going to kind of anytime you're not in moderation. So I feel like, communicating your needs is a challenge. Getting caught up in your passion and losing yourself to that passion is going to be a challenge, because you do need to live a full life. You've got to maintain the life that you have already. You got to continue to pay your bills. You got to continue to eat. You got to be there for your friends and family. Spirit is saying, live a full and rounded life, but it is still important for you to kind of be productive in the new year. And then I think staying optimistic about what you're capable of, and not letting self-doubt kind of get in the way there. But let's see if we can get some, I'd like to get some clarity on this communication card. So beautiful Spirit, can you give me some communication? What will be the hardest thing about communicating in the new year? What is going to be the hardest thing about communicating what you need in the new year, and pursuing your passions? What is going to be the hardest thing? So the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you're in a position of power, and people maybe not think that you need anything. That you're in a position of power, and maybe sometimes you are in a position of power that you don't really need anything from anybody. Maybe just somebody to hear you out. Maybe you need to communicate with your inner self or your higher self a little bit more, just to kind of find and reach in and get that kind of clarity. But it does feel like, people think that you've got this. And maybe you do need some help, and you need to communicate that you need that help. And that may be something that is difficult for you to do as a Scorpio, is to admit that you kind of need some help. But you're going to need to do that in order to keep your resolution, in order to stay productive, in order to be challenged, and to stay rational, stay grounded, so that not so much of your life is lived in your mind, but with other people. And you're kind of communicating what it is that you need. Can you give me some more clarity on this passion? Thank you, beautiful Spirit. And it looks like we have the Seven of Cups. You can see in the Seven of Cups, like she's going to the well. She's filled up these cups already, right? She's looking at herself, and she's seeing her skeleton, right? So she might be putting energy into things that didn't work out, right? Maybe she's being self-critical, thinking about things that she could have done differently, right? And I don't see you really kind of doing that. I feel like you're nurturing your dreams. You're not criticizing your dreams. And I think putting that behind you, but that's going to be the obstacle, right? Is not to kind of get caught up in the past, to really kind of look towards the future, decide what it is that you want and pursue that wholeheartedly with your passion. So I think it's going to be, it is difficult not to kind of reach back into the past and use those experiences as excuses not to move forward in your current passion because maybe it didn't work in the past. Beautiful Spirit can, and I'm going to pull a mantra on this particular card. I'm going to do that right now. Spirit says, do that now. Do it now. Do it now while it's on the mind. When you, all right. So I almost feel, okay. So I almost feel like, people think that you've got this. So when you communicate your needs, that they don't necessarily believe you. And I feel like, that you can be resentful for that. So I feel like when you find yourself reaching into the past, right? And going, nobody's going to help me, right? That you can have courage to ask for what you want and ask for what you need, either from the people that you need it from, or even just from yourself. You know, you ask for the people that you need it. It's okay if they say no, but you know what it is. You verbalize now what your needs are and how they can be, and then it's up to you to go find them and how they need to be met. So when, okay, so here it is right here, and it says giving. So let's kind of see here. Giving, sharing, right? I think it's just kind of sharing your passion, putting it out there, saying what it is that you need. So when you feel like you're in a place where you can't, or it feels difficult to kind of communicate what your needs are, and you're kind of reaching into the past and how you've kind of dealt with people before. So if you're dealing with like family members or anything like that, there's this pattern of, or cyclical behavior that just needs to kind of be put to rest, right? And you need to be forward thinking and just focus on what you are passionate about. And in doing that, you want to activate giving. And you do that by using using this mantra to empower yourself and to ground yourself in asking for what you need, right? So it's give and take, right? In order to, you have to give people, you know, what they need in order to, you have to give them the communication in order for them to give back to you what you need. So basically it says non-attachment, generosity, steadfast. You want to be generous in how you think of people from the past, right? You want to give them the kind of like the benefit of the doubt. So in this, giving the benefit of the doubt, you know, like things are going to work out, that when you ask for your needs to be met, that they actually will be met. And whether it comes from the people that you're asking them for, or whether universe provides an outlet for you to get those needs met. But when you get to a point where you're feeling it's difficult for you to ask for what it is that you need, or like I said, you kind of dig back into the past and kind of think of all the reasons why somebody won't help you out. You want to ground yourself by the gift is there, right? The gift is there. All right. So the benefits, this is going to reduce stress and blood pressure, balances digestion and elimination, cultivates a sense of generosity and grounding, helps to release attachments on all levels of being. So you're releasing attachments to the past. You're releasing attachments to any fears that you have in terms of communicating what your needs are. It invokes a sense of offering to others, right? Offering the benefit of the doubt is a big one for us Scorpios. We can kind of be a little grudging sometimes. So I think, you know, I just feel, okay, so I had some camera issues and we kind of got cut off here a bit. Thankfully we didn't lose too much of the message. But I feel like, with this giving card, you know, giving people the benefit of the doubt, we really what you're looking to do here is to ground yourself, giving people all the information that they need, not reacting from a place of the history or the past, giving people the benefit of the doubt that they're going to meet your needs because you're communicating them effectively. And when you have trouble doing that, you want to ground yourself. In this hand position here, so it just feels like these. It just kind of feels like that. It feels like that to me, is what we're kind of doing with this hand position, and you'll feel yourself kind of get more grounded. So, so it says basically you hold both hands slightly cupped in front of the belly, palms facing upward, touching the outer edges of the pinky and the ring finger on both hands. Extend the hands slightly forward to symbolize an offering. Relax your shoulders. And when you're doing this, you want to focus, your mantra is kind of, I open to greater generosity and abundance. Because when you give, you also receive back. You give, when you tell people what you need, they tell you back what they're able to provide for you. And don't be reactive from, give people the benefit of the doubt. Don't be kind of reactive. I don't feel like you need to look. You don't need to look to the past anymore to kind of predict what's going to happen in the future. You just need to kind of do at this point, and overcoming asking for what you need, because Scorpios are kind of very, very independent. So we'll just kind of move on from there. Just be grounded. Don't be afraid of asking for what you need. And when you do have those fears, kind of recognize that when you're communicating what you need, you're giving the universe what it needs in order to bring to you what it is that you need to kind of answer those prayers or answer those requests. So giving away what you're kind of holding on to is kind of in a healthy way. Giving away what you're holding on to in a healthy manner is important. Okay, so we'll move on to moderation and optimism here. And moderation may in fact be kind of like your challenge, moderation. Scorpios, when you get passionate about something and you there's nothing stopping you, you're a freight train, you're going after it. So how does beautiful spirit, can you give me more clarity on this moderation card? And I do feel like this moderation and this optimism, like you can go slow, you can have a full and balanced and rounded life, that includes your family and work and yourself and your hobbies, that you can kind of have it all in moderation and be optimistic that it's okay. Everything is going to work out the way that it's supposed to. So maybe, being moderate. Oh, look at that. The devil. Oh, Scorpio. Yeah, I feel like not giving into, your ego, not listening to the cants in your head, staying optimistic, right? The devil is kind of like the opposite of that optimism, where you kind of get bogged down into your negative thoughts, into your ego. And I don't really see you doing that, but I feel, because I feel like you learned that in 2021. But I think that you're still going to need to moderate those and continue to challenge those kinds of thoughts that rise to the surface, which is just a natural thing. We all kind of have those negative thoughts about ourselves. But not getting into like workaholism, not relying on substances to kind of get you to the next level in challenging yourself. Just because it's a challenge, just because it has some difficulty or it's something new, it doesn't mean you have to completely immerse yourself into it until you figure it out. Sometimes you can analysis paralysis. You can overthink things and think yourself into oblivion. And I don't see that you're going to be doing that, but it is a habit that you have, and you don't have to get everything done in the first week of the new year. You have the whole year to kind of get it all done, but it sounds like you do have some direction in the way that you want to go, but you need to it's important to go after that, but it's also important to have a life and family and friends and hobbies and me time and stuff like that too. Okay, so beautiful spirit, can you give us some more more guidance on this optimism card? Having this positive and hopeful confidence about the future, the success of outcomes, the disposition or tendency to look at the more favorable side of events or conditions. So maybe Scorpio, you need to just not react. Don't be reactive. Don't go back into the past here. It is this like giving and receiving. You're going to put out there what it is that you need. You're not going to tell yourself that you're not deserving of it, because that's going to lower your vibration and delay what you need and what you want to coming towards you. Because what you think about, you bring about. If you think that you can't, you can't. If you think it's going to be delayed, it's going to be delayed. So I just feel like you're doing a good job already of combating those negative thoughts and not allowing them to creep in and challenging those kinds of thoughts. So the challenge is really going to be stay optimistic and don't let those thoughts kind of rule you. Feel them, get over them quickly, and maintain your optimism. Continue that kind of high vibe that you want to connect with spirit. Okay. All right, so I feel like this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, and then we have this one here. Okay, yeah, don't fall into the trap of I'm not happy, that there's no new ideas, right? It's all or nothing. Boy, oh boy, we're so dramatic. You do have all the tools. You manage your life really, really well. So why are you going to say I'm not happy? Be grateful for what you have. Look at what you have. That's the devil coming in and telling you, or your negative thinking and your negative thought patterns that you are just prone to do. It's just what it is. It's part of kind of being a Scorpio. Don't criticize, the fact that you don't have any new ideas. You are managing your shit. You're doing what you're supposed to do in life. You do have that kind of stuff under control. So trust that. And then sometimes things in life are not fair, right? But you and you don't have to see the future. You don't have to predict the future. You just have to be optimistic, stay in the vibration that things and the universe is working for you. Things are unfolding for you. Things aren't happening to you. They're happening for you. And so that's kind of what I feel there. When you kind of feel like the world is against you, you got these negative thoughts creeping in, you're afraid to speak your truth because you know that your needs aren't going to be met. You're gonna overcome that by going, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna do this by centering myself, using this hand position and kind of meditating on, I am open to greater generosity and abundance, and be grateful for the abundance that you have. Go on a gratitude rampage, right? I am so grateful for the messages that I'm able to convey for people in these cards. I'm grateful for the cards that come into my life that I'm able to kind of find new lessons. I'm grateful for my family, that they are happy, healthy, safe from harm. I am grateful for my own talents, the fact that I'm passionate, that I have motivation, that I like to be challenged. And I'm grateful for the challenge to live in moderation, where I don't have to get everything done in the first part of the year, right? That I have the whole year to do what I need and to achieve my goals. And I can stay optimistic about that. I don't need to get down on myself at all. And I really feel like you've learned that from 2021, and you are kind of bringing that forward. You're using that rational thinking instead of relying so much on your passion and your, you're just kind of the things that you were born with. You're expanding your horizons, and you're growing. So be compassionate with yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. Okay, so let's see. Oh, no. That's too many. What does Scorpio need to focus on in order to be compassionate? What is the coping mantra for self-compassion in the new year? What is, and moderation, right? And moderation and staying optimistic. What is What is the best hand gesture for self-compassion for Scorpio? What should we be focusing on in the new year? Thank you, beautiful spirit, for all of your guidance, love, and light. Truly grateful for all of your messages. And it looks like you have three. You have three coping mechanisms that you can go to when you're not feeling your best, so to speak. All right, here we go. Focusing on your inner truth, right? Connecting with your crown chakra, connecting to spirit, letting spirit flow through you. You don't have to listen to the negative thoughts. You can go back to spirit who loves you and adores you and doesn't question and does not judge you, right? So we can do that by placing our hands just like this or like this, and just kind of focusing on your inner truth, right? That's this Samputa Mudra. When you're focusing, you say, I speak my truth clearly with integrity and compassion, which you're giving people the benefit of the doubt that you can do that. And it's okay for you to do that. Whether they judge you or not, it's important for you to speak your truth, speak your needs, because universe is going to bring it to you, whether you're asking a person for it. If they can't do it for you, universe is going to bring the right person to you to help you out. So here's the one to connect with your inner truth and your higher self, to get the things that you need and speak up about what you want. This is going to assist in integrity, truth, communication. It brings balance to the throat and vocal cords, assists immune system, opens clear communication, supports balanced metabolism. Hold the left hand cupped facing upward. Bring right hand palm facing down, cupped over the top of the left hand, with fingers resting on the outer edge of the left thumb. So it's this one. It's this way. These pictures are backwards. They're backwards. I recognize that in all of these that I'm doing. So you are, let's see. You're going to bring your hands into the belly center, and you are going to speak your truth clearly with integrity and compassion. So definitely be self-compassionate. Tap into your higher truth, and remember that spirit doesn't judge you. So don't judge yourself. Don't allow the ego to kind of get in your way. Don't tell yourself nasty things. You have got this, and you can do it in moderation. You are liberated from doing everything all at once, right? You don't have to. There's nothing that you have to do. It's all about what you want to do, right? So speaking your inner truth is going to be the kind of foundation for your year coming up. And that is really how you're going to combat anything, any thought processes or even other people's thought processes. This is how you're going to have that inner strength, is just by listening to your inner truth, your higher self, connecting with spirit, and just not judging yourself. And then you will be free, right? You'll be free. So this is liberation. It's 7 and 3 is 10. So kind of Wheel of Fortune, what goes up must come down, and it's okay. So you can find unity in what goes up and what comes down. You can find the lesson, and you can be free from judging those things. This is going to assist in all systems of the body. It supports inner stillness and courage, and releases fear. So you don't have to be afraid of the unknown. You just have to live each moment, be present in the moment, and it's going to liberate you from self-judgment and fear. It's going to liberate. Use this for fear. When you feel fear, I can't do this, that's fear. When you feel fear and you can't do this, or you can't do this, I'm not sure. This is backwards. So if you can't do this, if you feel like I can't do this, open up your hands, kind of give this gift to yourself, and know that you're liberated, that you can live in this moment. And in this moment, you get to make this moment what it is. And live your best moment. And it's one moment to the next moment. Each moment gets better and better. So the benefits, it supports your inner stillness and courage. It releases your fears. The instruction is to rest the left hand on your lap facing upward. Lay the right hand over the left, palm facing up. Allow thumbs to touch. Relax the shoulders back and down, lengthen the spine, and you're going to the focus will be, I honor the innate union of consciousness and bliss. So find that bliss in every single moment to overcome when you are feeling kind of down on yourself. You can liberate those feelings from you can liberate yourself from those feelings, and honor the union of consciousness and bliss, because spirit loves you. And it's okay to bring that into your awareness. And with your rational mind that you've kind of developed from 2021, you can challenge any thoughts and liberate yourself from them. And this will give you the strength to not indulge kind of those judgy feelings towards yourself. And then the next one is inner witness. And this one is, it looks like bending your thumbs in, making this kind of like triangle position with your hands. So it says inner witness. It's the Sakshi Mudra. And it assists in self-study, clarity, spaciousness. So kind of going inward and learning about yourself, finding your inner truth, listening to your higher power. When you are there and you need to do that, you need the strength to kind of go inward, this is going to be a way for you to kind of connect to your higher self. So this relaxes the muscles of the face and jaw, lengthens your breath, supports cervical spine alignment. And I realize it lengthens your breath, and I just took a huge exhale after doing that. So there you go. I think that's that works, right? So instructions: join the tips of all your fingers together, pointing upward, base of the palms together, soften the knuckles away from each other, align the thumbs, and bend from the tip to the knuckles facing inward. And your focus when you're doing this is, my inner witness leads me to perfect equanimity. I don't like that word. I cannot pronounce it, and it's in this deck constantly. But my inner witness leads me to perfect equanimity. And I just feel like equanimity is kind of like balanced, right? Perfect, everything perfectly balanced. You can feel balanced on the inside. So anytime that you're kind of feeling disharmonious within, you can kind of bring in your inner witness. You can put your hands together like this and go, well, what is true about myself, right? What is true? And kind of confront any feelings of self-doubt. And like sometimes you can say like, I'm not doing enough. And your inner witness goes, well, wait a second. You've done this and you've done this, and that's enough. And bring yourself back to center and back to the present and back to the moment, and congratulate yourself for the things that you have done. So I just feel like this is a self-love kind of thing. Speaking what you need, speaking your inner truth, listening to your higher self, going after what you want, liberating yourself from any fears, and then encouraging yourself, celebrating those tiny little successes of being present in the moment, in each moment that you are present. Okay, so next we are going to do, oopsies. How does your heart, what is your heart advising you in order to have a good year? What does your heart say you need to do in order to have a good year? What is your heart telling you that you need to do in order to have a good year? How does your heart advise you to have a good year? Scorpio, how does your heart advise you to have a good year? Thank you, beautiful spirit, for all of you. Oh, we flipped it over. Confidence. Confidence. I'm moving these up so that they can stay in your field of vision, because these are going to be the things that give you strength throughout the year. In living your highest purpose, right? So your heart is advising you to have a good year by just owning your confidence. You have every reason to be confident, to feel certain that you okay, so it says to feel certain that I am, or that I can. So you are, you can. To have a feeling of self-assurance that arises from the appreciation of your own abilities and or qualities. To have firm trust in yourself, to believe that you can rely upon yourself to be a certain way, or to do things or do a certain thing and do it well. And Scorpio, you don't have any trouble doing anything well. So you really have no room for self-doubt. That is your inner truth. You can confidently ask for what you need, and people will listen. People will listen to you. Whether they can give it to you or not is one thing, but it's okay that you can confidently ask for what it is that you need. You can liberate yourself from fear, and you can be honest with yourself. And in that honesty of what yourself, of what you can and can't do, you can have that kind of self-assurance, so just live in your confidence, for the new year. Because you are a beautiful, beautiful soul, Scorpio. How is your head advising you to have a good year? So how is Scorpio's thinking advising you? How is Scorpio's thinking advising you to have a good year? What is Scorpio's head advising for a good year? Thank you, beautiful spirit, for all of your guidance, love, and light. I'm truly grateful for all of your messages. All right. Be understanding. When we come up short, it's okay. Have a mental, emotional, and physical grasp on something. The ability to perceive, view, comprehend, interpret, perceive the intended meaning. Be sympathetically aware. Have compassion for yourself. Have insight and good judgment. And learn. Go after learning. This year of 2022, you are growing. You are going to learn. You are going to have new skills that you acquire and kind of go after. So you're going to perceive, view, comprehend, interpret, perceive the intended meaning, be sympathetically aware, have insight and good judgment, or know about a subject or situation on a mental, emotional, and physical level. So I just feel like it's this is just a year for self-understanding, looking at the world through kind of new eyes, just shifting your perception. And the best way to do that is fearlessly listening to your higher self, what is actually true, and then celebrating yourself for the understanding that you do acquire, right? And putting to bed things that really don't serve you. Having self-compassion. All right. And what is, if we kind of get through these kinds of fears, if Scorpio is able to kind of put, validation from other people kind of in the past and kind of like take this new rationality and different kind of thinking where you're able to challenge your own thoughts and be optimistic and tell yourself nice things coming into the new year. If you're able to kind of use these coping mechanisms to free yourself from your underlying fears, what is in your unknown future? What is yet to be uncovered? What is yet to be known? Did something flip? Nope. All right. Thank you, beautiful spirit. Okay. I just told put that down. You want all of it? This is huge. This is too much. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Forgiveness. There it is. That's what it wanted. So it looks like if you're able to kind of move into the new year with what your heart is advising you, what your head is advising you to do, if you're able to overcome, if you're kind of able to overcome the things that are hard about keeping your resolutions of, leaving behind kind of outside validation and just kind of staying with the status quo, but and you're able to kind of pursue your passions and challenge yourself. You're going to improve your confidence. You're going to gain new understanding, but you're also going to get the allegiance of people around you, and you're going to be able to forgive yourself and others. So allegiance, to be joined and associated with people who demonstrate strict fidelity to you, to show faithfulness to a person, thing, cause, or belief, demonstrated by continuing loyalty and support, demonstrating behavior which proves that they can be relied upon to be and remain on your side or on the side of a person, thing, cause, or belief, and to become someone who demonstrates the same. So I really feel like this thing that you're passionate about, the skill that you're kind of going after, asking for what you need, people are going to come and rally you and help you move forward in that passion or that goal. And then And then you're going to be able, not only are people going to be loyal to you, you are going to be loyal to them. So I just feel like there's some mutually beneficial relationships coming forward for you. Um, um, I just really feel like support is coming towards you. Like whatever you ask for, whatever it is that you need, that support is coming towards you in your goals for 2022. And there's so much to accomplish. You're going to do great, and you don't have to do it all in January. You get the whole year to pursue your goals, and you're going to live your fullest life. And the best way of living your fullest life is forgiving yourself and others. So to be forgiving of others, to be able to let go of and release feelings of anger or resentment, or the need for restitution or amends when somebody has a flaw, makes a mistake, offends, or harms you or others, right? So what does so your confidence here is just saying, just no longer being imprisoned by your own thoughts in your own mind, right? Gaining your confidence, what your heart is telling you is love yourself. You have everything in the world. You have everything in the world to be confident about, and the only thing holding you back are the thoughts that imprison you, right? You don't have to be chained to your thoughts. They're just thoughts. You are not your thoughts, and you have every right to be confident, human, because you are so capable. Okay, and then understanding, beautiful spirit. Oh, okay. 9 of Wands. You don't have to be defensive. You're going to have good boundaries. So it's okay to listen to hear what other people say, because it's not going to affect your thinking, because you have good internal and external boundaries, particularly intellectual boundaries. So I just feel like because you have those good boundaries, you're going to have a new perspective on how you're taking in information. If you're not allowing yourself to emotionally hurt yourself, or intellectually hurt yourself with negative thoughts, you're not going to allow other people to do it as well. And in having those boundaries, people are going to respect you. They will become loyal to you, and that confidence is going to make them want to do things for you and to help you out. So what can you tell us more about this allegiance coming into 2022? Did that flip? No. What in the unknown future, what is this allegiance about? What is this allegiance about? So it looks like just kind of living in abundance. You're going to just have everything that you need. If you're able to moderate, what you say to yourself, if you're able to live in a balanced way, to live in self-compassion, live in the moment, free yourself from fear, you are just going to have, you're going to accomplish everything that you put your mind to in a balanced and loving, self-loving way for yourself, and then for those that will automatically spill over to people around you. So anything that's held you back in the past in terms of your thinking, that is the past. You have good intellectual boundaries now for yourself, and that is going to lead to an abundance of loyal fans, essentially loyal people who are going to want to help you in any way that they can. And then this kind of forgiveness, what kind of forgiveness is coming into 2022? What is this forgiveness about in 2022? Thank you, beautiful spirit, for all of your guidance, love, and light. I'm truly grateful for all of your messages. And I totally, Scorpio, forgot to do your the love part of this reading. So we'll kind of go back to see what your love resolutions are and your career resolutions are. But, cards lay out the way that they're supposed to. The camera went out for me for a few minutes, which totally threw me off. So we will do that at the end here. So what is the unknown future if you're able to kind of do all of these things for yourself with forgiveness? What is the unknown future? Oh, here we go. We've got a new beginning. And it says the King of Swords, which is typically kind of like in terms of King of Swords can be a Gemini. Fool can be a new beginning. King of Swords is being clear and communicative. So I feel like in the past, if you weren't clear about expressing your needs, that you kind of went in a roundabout way, maybe even a manipulative way of trying to get the things that you want and not speaking clearly on what you need. I think that in this new beginning, as you forgive yourself, you'll have a new beginning. You'll be able to express, you'll be a master at expressing what it is that you need, and then making decisions, good judgments accordingly. So that's kind of what I see here in the forgiveness section. Forgiveness is going to be, that's huge. Forgiveness is huge. Hanging on to the stuff from the past is just toxic, right? It hurts you. It doesn't hurt anybody else. It hurts you. So forgiving yourself and how you reacted to people, places, things in your life, in your history, forgiving yourself for maybe life not turning out the way that you expected it to, forgiving yourself and how you reacted to things. So maybe didn't see things for what they were coming into the future. You reacted to some way when you were a kid, and then all of your future decisions were based on this one reaction that you had when you were a kid. And forgiving yourself for not recognizing it sooner, having that kind of self-compassion, because it is a new beginning for you. You are going to be able to communicate clearly, and make good strategic kind of decisions for your future and your life, because you are bossing up. You are creating these new skills. You're challenging yourself, and I really feel success here with this King of Swords. There's nothing stopping you. You have all the intellectual capacity that you're coming into, all the intellectual capacity that you need in order to make good decisions and be confident in those when you're forgiving yourself. So let's take a look at Scorpios in a relationship or in a partnered relationship. What should be a partnered relationship resolution for Scorpio? What is the partnered resolution for Scorpio? So what is the Scorpio's resolution in love for Scorpios in a partnered relationship? What is the resolution for Scorpio in a partnered relationship here? What is the resolution for Scorpio in a partnered relation? What is your New Year's resolution for partnered Scorpios? What is the New Year's resolution for partnered Scorpios? There we go. That's a good question. What is the New Year's resolution for, or what should be the New Year's resolution for partnered Scorpios? What should be the New Year's resolution for partnered Scorpios? No, that's way too many. Sorry. You don't get all of those. Here we go. This goes here, this goes here. Sometimes Scorpios, you guys are so in your heads. I know I am one. All right. So for partnered Scorpios, isn't she pretty? She's so pretty. Partnered Scorpios. Gosh, she's beautiful. Look at these butterflies of transformation. She's got an open heart. She's in touch with her intuition. She's seeing things for what they are. And it says, only time will tell. Oh my gosh, that's awful. Only time will tell. So you partnered Scorpios, if you are having doubts at all, come into your confidence, right? Your own heart is telling you, come into your own confidence. Your head is saying, be understanding. And if you're able to kind of do that, you will create the loyalty and forgiveness and have that new beginning in your relationship. I feel like you have an abundant relationship kind of already. But there might be a new beginning, a new communication that needs to happen. And you need to Get out of your head. Be confident. You know, if somebody's gaslighting you, call it out. Fucking say it. You know what I'm saying? And you have good intellectual boundaries. You're bringing those in from 2021, right? So you have those good intellectual boundaries, both internally. You don't need to kind of, if you feel something is happening, you know it's right in your heart, you don't need to question that. So then when you go into other people, you know, when you kind of create those boundaries for other people, you're just gonna come to kind of that understanding, right? And either they're gonna come to the party or they're not. But either way, I think that they will come to the party. They're just definitely gonna come to the party. But it says only time will tell. I'm getting another card that just doesn't do anything for me. That is just not enough information. But I do feel like, look, she's just tapping into her. You're transforming, and people are going to react and change as a part of it. So you can understand that, but maintain your boundaries. Maintain, this is who I am. These are the things that I need. Have confidence in that. You don't have to question yourself, and you will be better respected for that because you have those boundaries. You don't need to let other people tell you how to live. So what else? What else for the partnered Scorpio? Do you have any other advice? Okay, here we go. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. So if a person is unwilling to change, as you're unwilling to change, if you're asking them for something and they just can't give it to you, you have to accept it. You just have to accept it. As long as you maintain your boundaries, they're going to respect you. They're not going to have any other choice but to respect your boundaries if you are requiring them to be respected. Don't have to put up with anything that doesn't feel right. You just don't. So if there is any question as to whether or not you're growing so much from 2021 and you're not questioning yourself anymore, and whether or not your partner can handle that, you know, only time is going to tell whether or not they can do that. But I do see them kind of being loyal to you, and you'll find some new abundance with those people, and it is going to be a new beginning and a new way of communicating. So accept, you know, what was it? What's that? I accept the things I cannot change, or Lord, grant me the courage to accept the things I cannot change, the wisdom to change the things I can, and the grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So I very much feel that in that card there. Okay, so for our single Scorpios, what do you have to look forward to in 2022? You got any more in there? I just feel like that's the straight up abundance card, living in the moment. You're going to have everything in your life, just being grateful for it. The more you are grateful, the more things to be grateful for will come into your life. Okay, I thought there was another one there. And then creativity. Oh, this is, and I'm not sure why my camera keeps shutting off, but again, be grateful. Be grateful for the moment. And then, this is really bizarre. Okay. Modern women will wonder how long they need to wait for a suitable gardener to come along, while modern men may feel that they already have enough to do without having to nurture the feminine in their lives as well. The truth is that we all have an inner garden and gardener, and true abundance develops in your life when you maintain a healthy balance between the two. You have drawn this card today because your inner garden is in need of some attention. Be sure to reconnect with yourself, to the feminine cycles of nature by spending time in an actual garden and tuning into the vibration of the season, by enjoying a healthy meal made only from fruits and vegetables that are in season, filling a vase with fresh flowers, or by spending time outside where you will be exposed to the climate and environment. Consider the blessings and bounty you have to share with those you love, honor your own inner cycles, and see yourself once more as the beautiful person that you are. And then creativity. is the next one, which is number 7. So kind of getting into vibration with spirit. For inspiration, your world offers endless possibilities and variety, so be creative and enjoy them to your advantage and benefit. Being creative is not just about being artistic or inventive. It's about thinking outside the square and considering different approaches and attitudes. Being creative means that you can turn an ordinary day into a wonderful day by adding a dash of the unexpected. You have drawn this card today because there is never any excuse for excessive repetition or boredom in your life or in your relationships. Routine and habit have their place in life up to a point, but they can quickly dull your senses and enthusiasm. If you are currently seeking a partner, it will be beneficial to explore your own creativity in terms of your attitudes, perceptions, and expectations, even in the way that you listen. Look back over your life and consider where you could have been more creative. Notice where your attachment to routine, unpredictability, or your ideas about how things should be may have affected your previous relationships. Think about what you could do differently from now on and what habits or rules you might be able to loosen in the name of spontaneity and fun. In an existing relationship, it is often obvious where the rot of routine and fixed expectations have set in. This is your opportunity to be creative. Many people imagine that a certain amount of money is needed before meaningful creativity can occur. If you've fallen into this narrow mindset, then it's time to think again. Next time you go to a park or beach, just observe the children playing on the swings or collecting shells. You don't need to be wealthy to enjoy an abundance of creativity, so use your imagination and do something that will make you and your partner smile. Bringing creativity into your relationships can be as simple as going to a new restaurant, seeing a movie that wouldn't normally be your style, eating a meal in the garden instead of in front of the television, or finally doing that special something you have been postponing. I have nothing to say. No more to say about that. And then let's get your career guidance for Scorpio. Let's get, what is the career guidance for Scorpio into 2022? What is your career resolution for 2022? And I have a pretty good idea that it's about learning new stuff, acquiring new skills. But let's see, what area should you be acquiring new skills? What is your career resolution, Scorpio? What is your career resolution? Thank you, beautiful spirit, for all of your guidance, love, and light. Beauty. Embrace your unique style and own it. Let the world see who you really are. Consider careers doing hair, jewelry, clothing, or any job that enhances others' beauty, even internal beauty. Your inner world must match your outer world for things to change. So love yourself, and it will shine out into the world. It will affect everything that you do in your career, and it will cause these kind of allegiances. Invest. Finances are looking good and growing. This is a great time to invest, set a strong foundation, and you will see the fruits of your labor. So invest in yourself, invest in your confidence. Let your inner light shine. And because your finances are growing, just know that they're going to continue to grow. Recognize opportunities as they are coming. And I think when you're making good judgments, you're asking people for what you need, and you're going to get the advice that you need, but you're going to listen to your own intuition. I just really feel like anything that you kind of dig into this year is going to be successful. All right. Any other career resolutions for Scorpio? Any other career resolutions for Scorpio? All right. Student, study. I knew it. Work with a mentor to learn new skills or teach you how to implement your plans. You could be in school to pursue higher education or work for a school district. Teach yourself to succeed with money or get a financial advisor to teach you. And I do feel like you're going to have some spare change to kind of invest into something, whether it be yourself, but it feels like something money. So, retirement funds, cryptocurrency, but you are going to want to learn about it and reach out to a professional and get that kind of mentoring that you need. Ask for what you need. Let them know what your goals are, and you are going to live in abundance, right? Keep your expectations low. Forgive people who don't necessarily understand you, but you are in a new beginning. You are in a new beginning. To really truly manifest the life that you desire. And it's going to be one moment at a time. Literally one moment at a time is being grateful for this moment right now. Watching this video will bring the next moment of gratitude to you. So, beautiful spirit, what is the overall guidance for this entire reading for Scorpio's resolution, New Year's resolution? Thank you, beautiful spirit. What does Scorpio have to look forward to in 2022? What does Scorpio have to look forward to in 2022? Thank you so much, beautiful spirit, for all of your guidance, love, and light. I'm truly grateful for all of your messages. What does Scorpio have to look forward to in 2022? All right. What does Scorpio have to look forward to in 2022? What does Scorpio have to look forward to in 2022? All right, what is the overall resolution for Scorpio in 2022? What is the overall resolution for Scorpio in 2022? What is the New Year's resolution? All right, here we go. A leg up. A leg up. And it went in the protection side of this. So you want to be sure that you are vibrating with spirit, right? I just feel like, vibrating with spirit to manifest your dreams. Get rid of those can'ts or impossibles. Forgive past experiences so that you can truly, fully experience new present experiences. But let's see what it says here. We're going to read the entire message. From the oracle to the protection message, but just kind of as a note, the protection side of this message came up. You see there's like a polar bear with a little baby polar bear on their back. There's some stars in the fur there, but there's like a celebratory banner there. And let's get to number 34. All right. A leg up, essential meaning, receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. The Oracle's message, you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. For your relationships that are healthy, thrive on interdependence. It is important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you, just as you are there for them. This is the time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask, and it is given. Prosperity message. Now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go to help you get there too. If you do, you will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you are in a position where you just can't do it all yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps towards your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time so long as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith. So have faith, Scorpio. Ask and it is given. Protection message. Are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? Do you have little faith that help will come, convinced that the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders? Your beliefs about going it alone need to be discarded, as they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand, but to be vulnerable is good for you. Have a lesson to learn. is good. For you, have a lesson to learn. You must let someone else assist. You can't do life all by yourself. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed at how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. So your task this year, Scorpio, is to ask for help and know that it's coming. You don't have to do it alone. There's so many new beginnings. It's just about speaking up and asking for what you want, and you have success just coming towards you. So when you're having trouble speaking your inner, speaking up, giving people the benefit of the doubt, use this mudra here to kind of give you strength and ground you, and giving you the strength to kind of speak your inner truth. And when you go to speak your inner truth, and you want to make sure that you say all the things that you say, use this as a tool when you're speaking. You know what I'm saying? Use this as a tool as you're speaking. And then you can liberate yourself from any fears that you're having. So if you're afraid of speaking your inner truth, you can interchange these as you're kind of like talking, right? Be aware of your hand movements, and if you're feeling any kind of fears or self-doubt, lay your hands like this and bring yourself back to center and honor the innate union of consciousness and bliss, because you are here to live a happy life. Why would you live any other way? And if you aren't living a happy life, it's a good time to question why you aren't, because it is your life to live. Choose happy. Choose, going with the flow. And then also, be your own inner witness. Celebrate yourself and your accomplishments. It is okay to do that. And when you are grateful, because this is almost like I'm grateful. Thank you. I'm grateful. When you are grateful, you will bring more things into your life to be grateful for. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and share. If anything resonated for you, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear how it resonated for you. Thank you for watching, and have a happy, happy new year.